Sweet. Okay, so it's a 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. And it is Friday, the 24th. It's chest day. We'll see if I remember, okay? Chest day means I open up the treasure chest. The first chest day was the first chest day in a long time, so you got a big chest, you D-Live people. The neglected redheaded stepchildren. But it's 2025 AD, it's the 24th of October. And hello, everybody. I ought to be live on all platforms, including pilled.net and Rumble. I just guest hosted the Jesse Lee Peterson show. And so I may take a little break that, I don't, it's also Fob Friday. That's true. Fob Friday. That was a great story with the, on the Jesse Lee Peterson show. A couple of stories there. Covered this Asian gal crying racism. I wonder why line 3's not. Yeah. That's odd. I wonder if Bill did something. Anyway, collars hang tight. They are filling up. But this Asian gal and then this white former employee and this light-skinned black seeming pretty black former employee gal and pretty white former employee gal showing their ugliness, showing their terrorism, domestic terrorism in the form of not necessarily full-blown outward violence, but violent words, verbal abuse on America, in crying racism against this restaurant called Great White, the management of whom had done some things and been for discriminating and segregating the different patrons and being like, no, we're at capacity. And then another funny story covered yesterday, but we played it again today, a little bit of it, was this black pastor who said, I asked for $2,000. So some of you guys are calling in about that, and we will welcome your calls. But today's Friday, so that means the Hake Report, and then the Fallen State with Jimmy Dore, and then, okay, American Anchor Baby. And so if you get on hold, you will hear the show, like I mentioned today on the Jesse Lee Peterson show. I was guest hosting for him. He's fine. You will hear the show with no delay when you get on hold, okay? Nice. And of course, as always, keep it clean, please, The views expressed on this show do not represent those of even me. I don't even represent myself. Some of this stuff may be false. Some of the info presented here may be false, may be wrong. Okay, so take everything that you hear, think, see, interpret. You ladies, my goodness. And males can be ridiculous sometimes. Take it with a grain of salt, meaning recognize that you don't actually know. I know so much that I don't know that I rode in a car driven by what I think was probably a transgender, but I just didn't necessarily believe anything. I didn't call the person transgender or think of the person as transgender. I kept on saying man and dude kind of by accident. I wasn't trying to be anything. But anyway, we all know that it's not even real anyway. So I just didn't make any solid statement. But it was clearly dressed as a woman. This person, was clearly dressed as a person so as not to misgender or misdead name and stuff like that. I was going to some place and this fellow Christian guy said, "Oh, Amy's going to pick you up." Amy, okay. So I didn't know. I just wasn't sure of this. I don't know the situation. So know that you don't know is the point, because it could be dressed up that way as a joke. Lost a bet. Not that I would do that, but other, you never know. You don't know. So that's the point of me telling that story. You don't know. Speaking of you don't know, I got cheese pizza sent to me by somebody last Friday. But it wasn't actually cheese pizza. Did you get the darn pizza? It was cheese bread, but I thought it'd be funnier to say cheese pizza. But CP is not a joke, okay? Side note. And that's still in there, and I heated up. I heated some up yesterday. I wrapped it in a plastic bag. You didn't send me any sauce. Or if they sent sauce, they took the sauce. There's no marinara sauce to dip it in. So it's just this cheese bread. And you got me 3 plates of this cheese bread, 3 trays. And this bread with cheese on it. Heated up, and it was good and hot, and we had it last Friday. But you didn't give me any sauce. With the Hake. And it wasn't... Cheese pizza is something else. So that's why I thought it was funny. But it's not a joke. It's not as bad. I disclaim pizza. Sauce, bro? Anyway. I thought it would be funny to say that. But the point is, you don't know. You could be misinterpreting me. Yeah, it was Little Caesars. I like pepperoni pizza. I like cheese pizza too. The real actual food. I'm not talking about the child stuff. I don't like that. Nobody likes that. Or some people think that they like it because they're corrupt in that way. Everybody's corrupt, but not necessarily just in that way. And we were talking about how, they're looking down on those people when they should be looking down on more people. Nobody should be looking down on anybody. You're not better than a cheese pizza person. No, pizza with cheese, but yeah, I know all pizza has cheese for the most part. But, pepperoni or pepperoni and sausage or Hawaiian is good. Anyway, disclaimer. It was not even pizza. He's like, did you get the pizza? It's not even pizza. Do you know what you're ordering? Are you some boomer? So anyway, somebody asked me for a friend if I received it. Yes, we received it, and thank you. Little acknowledgement. A week later, still eating it, still fairly fresh. You heat it up in the microwave, and it softens and moistens right back up again because I sealed it in a bag. Pro tip, if you seal your food, in a Ziploc bag, ideal. Or no endorsement of Ziploc bags or the brand or whatever implied, okay? This is just for entertainment and general info only. And thank you. I'll call it cheese bread, all caps. Can that be misinterpreted into child free? I gotta go, guys. We gotta get going. You're making me sweat. Not that I have any guilty conscience about such nasty stuff. Anyway, everybody. The world. Oh, there it goes. It's Friday, and that means that it's not just FOD. I'll call it FOD, so it doesn't sound like I'm saying the slur, because some people consider it a slur to say FOD, Friday, which is what it really is. And unfortunately, I can't play Jackie or Andy, 2 of the 4 kings of cantopop. But it's also the original The Hake Report theme song by AJ Gallardo. So let's just get right on with the show.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the
the AJ Gallardo original theme song of the Hake Report. I know I am.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
So, how you guys doing? I kind of paused it. See? Oh, dreamy Hake. I didn't know you could do this. Ooh, Hake is a ghost. It's Halloween. I feel like you know what I don't like? I'm starting to feel like this is too strong. These colors are too strong. But anyway, nice scenery, huh? That's San Onofre. Yeah, so I'm thinking of Anchor Baby, I guess, inspired me by fixing and adjusting the background for the Jason Lee Peterson show for the fall, for autumn, for Halloween, for harvest, for Thanksgiving. And I'm thinking that this is a bit garish. Or is it? Fine. I feel like it's a touch reddish. I don't know. And a touch, if I could make it a little bit more muted, that might be a little bit better. Or a little bit more realistic or something. I don't know. It is real. It's a real photograph. It's Santa Monica Pier several years ago. Nice. Anyway, I want to get... Oh, pardon me. I knocked the wire on the mic and it made a thump sound. I gotta get to Rick in Hampton, VA, who's on the line here. Rick, thank you for calling, sir, and holding. What's up?
What's up, Brother James? What's happening? What's happening, my friend?
Not much.
Happy
How
Friday
about
to
you?
y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Man,
Happy Friday to you.
Everything, man. Shoot, everything is excellent.
Nice.
But shoot, I like to comment on that preacher, man. You know, I hate to see that, and it seems like it's mostly black preachers that do that.
You're talking about the money-grubbing preacher who wanted $2,000 from that woman, and she only had $1,200.
Right, and you know what? Here's what I believe. When it comes to the tithe, you know, a lot of people fight about tithes and offerings.
Okay.
You know what kills with people? If they can go buy some clothes or get material and pay 29 to 17% interest and have no question about it, then they fuss about 10%. 10% is not a lot of money, man. But the problem is we mismanage our money and we get into a lot of debt and we fear-mongering over our debt. And then that's what we use to complain to justify irresponsible our finances instead of saying, God, I need help. The Bible is the the best money magazine in the world. Because everybody just spends off the Bible. Bible already said what these, you know, most of these financial people say. Even the Bible says don't co-sign for people.
Wow. Jesse said that too. Jesse said don't co-sign on people's debt, for example.
Yeah. Yep. It's scripture. It's right in the Bible.
I didn't know that on
when you co-sign, when you co-sign for somebody, you know, I have done it, but, you know, they did, you know, do their obligation. So, you know, they worked out for me, but you're taking a risk, though, you know, because a lot of times people getting to afford, you co-sign for it, they can't afford it. And how co-signing works, like if they lay 30 days, you late 30 days. It just don't come into play once they can't pay. If they 30 days late, you 30 days late. It'll be on your credit report.
Yeah.
If they 60 days late, you'll be 60 days late.
Yeah.
So that, you know, give it, you know, people.
Oh, no, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But to love them.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, man, 10%. Once I give my 10% and anything else they ask for, if I want to give it, I'll give it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I grew up and I gave 10% because that's what I thought we were supposed to do. Tithe means 10, right? 10%. So you just compulsively give 10%. But you should give what you have already settled within your heart to give. That's what you should give. Right. I think. I mean, that's what it seems like. It. Yeah.
Because 10% should be a starting point, and if you want to give more above the 10, hey, that's on you, you know?
I don't know if it's, I don't even know if you really even need to, are supposed to give 10% anymore necessarily, because that's like the Old Testament thing. Give as the Lord leads, I say.
Well, here's the thing, too, James, what I say. And, the Lord says that, to give, that was in the Old Testament.
Right.
But I still say...
I still think you should give, but you should give freely as you see fit. Because you're not the Israelites. The Israelites were supposed to give like they had to.
Because, the truth be told, James, the truth be told,
because what are you giving to? Is it really to the Lord, or is it to some church that doesn't even serve the Lord? You know what I mean?
And see, all that plays a role. Yeah. Now, when you attend a church, the church should be able to show y'all where all the money going. Yeah. Where it's going at. They should have 2 to 3 companies watching over the finances as well, besides the church.
Wow. I don't know, but that ends up just becoming worldly and trusting men and your own false judgment rather than seeing for yourself. Is this church real? Is it providing value? Is the preacher right, living what he preaches? Or is he not? You don't have to be all nosy like that, because that just ends up being mess.
Well, I was talking about the church I go to, they accountable, but they have another outside accounting company, to check, make sure it's, one accord, you see? Yeah. And I'm not saying, just to say, oh, okay, just let the world do it, but
right.
In
because
that case,
when when people investigate, kind of like when you open up investigations into people, you can cast something as wrong when it's not even wrong. That's why investigations into like Trump and all that stuff are evil, because it's a fishing expedition to try to find something wrong. Evil people are malicious. They'll lie and smear and bring up different facts to deceive people away from the truth.
And and that can be true too.
Yeah.
That can be true
Slander, too. Libel, it's evil. Gossip,
I just think in some kind of way, because some churches, people really give, and some churches get a lot of money in. Yeah. It's just that the congregations want to make sure that the church is being accountable, doing what it's supposed to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
but who?
Like I said, you see.
But who is holding them accountable but God?
Well, God is holding them accountable too.
Yeah.
God expects, the leadership and, the leadership to maintain the money. But if, to me, you want to give, whether you go for Christian come, you just want to get, hey, this is our books. Let's see, y'all doing to see do our books line up. Mm-hmm. You see, that's what I'm just saying. Just accountability. Because even like when they
accountability
now,
is a buzzword, though.
Well, no one wants to be. That's one thing, because I'll tell you, even when it comes to wills, when somebody died, Brother James, even people are still crooked. They can have a will and still be led by their feelings.
True.
I mean,
and then even a will may not even end up being what it is, because the courts can make everything muddied up.
Well, you know what, too? If you don't have no will, as one lawyer says, no will, no say.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
If you don't have no will, you don't have no say. Yeah. Especially if you have a blended family, man, because a lot of times, when a man marries a woman with kids, once he dies, he trying to take care of his outside kids the best he can. But once he dies, his wife don't get a will, and then when she don't have a will, when she passes, the state gonna give it to her kids, and they're not gonna look out for that man's kids.
Yeah, crazy.
They don't think, you know what I'm saying? Man,
people are evil.
That's right. And it's, when it comes to money, man, people are just wicked, man.
Very.
Wicked.
Yep.
Just wicked.
And when it comes to ego and judgment,
man, Lord knows. Yes.
They're even worse.
People don't want to look bad,
Yeah.
It's not about you looking bad, my man, just being truthful.
That's right.
You know,
That's so
what I
funny.
say, though. That's what I say, though, Brother James. And you know, just for that guy to go up there and say, didn't I say 2,000? He blessed. He's tremendously blessed. I wasn't that late. I said, well, Pastor, I paid my 10% to the Lord, and this is all I have above the tithe. You take that, I will take it back.
Yeah.
I would have put him on the spot, not for no ego purposes, but actually to be truthful.
That's right.
Sometimes being truthful will embarrass people.
It will. That's true.
You know, so that's what I would have did. I would have said, well, I already paid my tithe to the Lord. This is above my tithe. And if you don't want this, I will keep it. I will put it in the bank. And I'll tell you right there.
That's a good point. That lady who only had 1,200, she should have taken it back.
That's right. Took it back.
Because it sounds like the wrong spirit of that guy to be like, I asked you for 2,000.
And then he didn't even say was it the tithe? Oh, where's his money going?
I don't know. I don't have any context on what that whole thing was. It seemed like a big show and a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a fundraiser, but it was amusing.
Well, I'm like this. Anything above the tithe, once everybody get $8,000, any additional money, where it's going? You understand what I'm saying, James?
Yeah.
Where's the money at? Okay, where you want this money to be at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, I just hate to say it. You know, there have been a few white preachers get caught when it comes to money like that, but it's most of the time it's the black preachers, man.
I think you're right about that. And you know what? That's what's so funny too, is because I hear these callers and super chatters maybe sometimes who say that who talk about white collar crime and pretending that it's a white thing. But no, when blacks get the opportunity to commit a white collar crime,
yes,
quote unquote, they do that like crazy too.
They do it too. With the opportunity, they do it too. If you don't believe it, look at the cities. Look at the black cities they run.
Yeah,
all the black cities, they always get caught up in corruption. So
that's right.
Every man is evil.
Yep, that's right.
Every man is evil, including myself. I strive every day to try to be, be a child of God every day, but we all are evil. That's one thing Jesse was right about, man. We all are evil, man.
Yeah.
Because like I said, make somebody mad or put somebody around some money. Boy, I'm telling you, the representative going to be put in the closet. You're going to see the real deal there.
That's for sure, man. Rick, it's good talking with you, man. I like hearing your thoughts on this stuff.
Yeah, I just can't stand that, James. I don't get angry, but then again, it shows me that people should wisen up. You ain't gave your 10%. I like that. Excuse me, I already gave my time. This is above my time.
I know.
But if you acting like that, I keep it in my pocketbook.
Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, ladies, James, man, y'all. Hey, I try to. Y'all gonna have church services coming Sunday?
That's the plan, as normal.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I
plan
to listen in, man, and hear y'all guys. Love you guys. Y'all be blessed. Have a safe weekend. Love you guys.
Thank you, man. You as well.
Yes, sir.
All right. Rick from Hampton, VA, and he mentioned church. Let's see if this. Oh, Lord. I'm such a boomer. Church with Jesse Lee Peterson. Rebuildingtheman.com/church. Bond YouTube channel. There's also a Bond Rumble channel. Rumble.com/@rebuildingtheman. But the church live streams on Jesse Lee Peterson channel. But there is a Bond Church with Jesse Lee Peterson playlist. So it compiles the recent church services. All right, nice. Rebuildingtheman.com/church. I definitely recommend it. Okay, so I want to plow through a few more calls before I take my little break, all right? Alex in California on the line over here. Alex, thanks for calling, sir. How you doing?
Hake Bear.
Hey.
You've been going for, 4 hours now?
Yeah, this is going into my 4th hour, indeed.
Man. Well, I want everyone to take note of your patience and your determination powering through. Your little voice has got to be getting a little sore now.
So far, I'm okay. Yeah, thank you, Dan.
Well, I got 2 wacky headlines that I wanted to tell, just a really short story that maybe you can relate to.
That sounds good.
Okay. Have you ever heard the phrase "ghost in the machine"?
I have heard that phrase.
You ever had something weird happen to you with your computer or anything like that, or some sort of mechanical stuff?
Not necessarily, although I do have this theory that a man's aura has, like, some people have a nervous energy, and whether it's practices or just their bad energy, it makes something not work. But if Anchor Baby or Bill, for example, comes around the computer, it starts to work again. And I think it's, and also like with this trackpad that I sometimes play with and zoom in, if I do it confidently, it works. But if I get in my head about it, it doesn't work. And then there's this remote that doesn't turn off the TV consistently. If I do it and don't think about it, it works. If I'm thinking about it, it doesn't work. So that type of thing
That's weird.
is the most ghost in the machine. I hadn't thought of that phrase related to it, but yeah. Anyway.
Yes, I mean, obviously, I record music. I was doing a cover the other day, and it's a fairly difficult song I picked, so I learned it on the spot, and it took me about 3 hours to learn it on the spot because I don't want to miss any note, you know what I mean?
Nice.
And I got all the way to the end. I'm like, okay, ready to record. I go to my camera, press record, go to the computer, go to record, and all of a sudden, all the audio doesn't work.
Oh boy.
And it's been running for 3 hours or whatever. So I go through a series of restarting everything, and nothing's working. And then I don't know. Long story short, basically I had to unplug one little thing and plug it back in, but it just doesn't make sense because nothing was touched or moved. I'm the only one here. It was all running perfectly. So the reason I'm saying it's a ghost in the machine is because I think it was feeding off of my energy. I was like real stoked and ready to take on the world type energy.
Yeah.
When I was about to hit record, and I think Satan was like, you know what, we're gonna crush that real quick. So he took that, crumpled it up, threw it in the trash, and it definitely got me like a little shocked and angered at it for a minute, but I realized, that's what whatever's doing this to me, that's what they want. So I better chill out and just unplug stuff and restart everything and try to push through. So
that is so interesting, man. That's
the
true.
timing of it.
Sometimes you, I don't know if it's the devil or if it's some just regular like test of reality, because sometimes things go very smoothly, and then sometimes it doesn't work, and it's kind of inexplicable sometimes.
Well, it's definitely inexplicable, and the timing of it was just bizarre and just coincidental, because it's like, imagine warming up for like a bench press. You're bench pressing 300. You got to warm up right before that. Let's say you get all warmed up, and then all of a sudden they take away the bench press. You just got warmed up for nothing.
Right.
And then you try to like rebuild that energy and hop back on the bench and do your 300. It's like, it's difficult. So
it's a mental challenge. It messes with your mind a little bit because you're you have this inertia that you're going through. What a mess.
Yeah, you're going forward, and it's a speed bump.
It breaks your flow for sure.
Yeah, little experience there. And then the two wacky headlines. First one, a few days ago, there was some Democrat who pulled up to some guy's house with a Trump sign. He pulled down the Trump sign. The person who owned the house came out, and then the person shot the homeowner with the sign.
Wow.
So we're shooting people over signs now. And then one that's more interesting is, I guess in Ireland, there was some young female who got aped raid by a migrant, something like that. And people are getting pretty fed up, and I guess they burned down or attempted to burn down a migrant household thing, like a hotel.
Oh, and this is recent. This is just in the past week or so.
Like this week, yeah.
Wow. I know that they've done similar things or threatened to do similar things, I think in Ireland and also England.
Yeah, this is Ireland too.
Yeah.
Again. So
I got one of my a community guidelines strike a couple of years ago or a year ago, because I remember Notorious guy, the guy that was an MMA fighter from Ireland.
Conor.
Yeah, Conor McGregor. he was all fired up about something, and we were talking about a lot of these migrants, Somalian or whatever they are, who come into there, and Muslims, I think, and they do some things that are not civilized, evil things like stabbing or whatever. Multiple
They have a
stabbings of
different
kids. and
spectrum of the value of life.
Yeah.
And sexual stuff.
Yep.
So it's real different.
And so the Irish, the fighting Irish, fighting for their country, whether in the right way or wrong way. But man, it's a shame that they burned down the migrant shelter. Honestly, I say, because
totally.
they're only bringing down more government clampdown on the whites, on their own selves. You know.
I hear that, but I think even that might be reaching its boiling point as well.
Yeah. It really is. The
I
government.
mean, how far? I mean, I'm not saying anything, but how far can things really go before that stuff has happened in the past? And
Yeah, you're talking about revolt against their own government, maybe happening.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of just fighting each other thing, it's not working out too well for us.
Whatever the case, it's not good. It's a
no.
I hope that I know that Trump is sort of a peacemaker. I hope he can make a peace deal that is palatable for the Irish people who want some sanity back in their country. But all of the white countries are under this attack. So it's terrible, man. Woo.
Invasion, or so they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then last little just kind of point. I feel like we're kind of in a pickle because there's like a few mindsets about the Muslims. There's some saying that Fox News has brainwashed us to think they're all crazy and everything, and they're not. And it's only like 0.0001%, kind of like Joe used to say about the blacks.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, we have, the whole world seems to be taking them on, and bad things keep happening where they are, or where they are at. And we have Dearborn, Michigan. I don't know. It's hard to choose what to think of it all.
Yeah. Totally.
All right, hey, get some more calls there.
Good to hear from you, sir. Appreciate you, man.
Yep.
Bye. Greggatron from the Midwest is over here on the line. Greggatron, thank you for calling and holding, sir. You're live.
What's up?
Hey.
What's
Chilling.
good with you?
Say again?
I said, what's good with you?
All is well, man. What's good is the radio show was good. The anchor baby is good. Not that he personally is spiritually good, but he's good at what he does, helping out, making it happen.
Yes.
Everything.
Definitely.
Yeah.
For sure. Cool.
Yeah, man.
Good call from Rick, by the way. Good call from Rick.
Yeah.
I agree with him about that pastor. That guy felt like a total gangster.
I know. It's like mafia type stuff.
Oh, man. Preachers like him are the reason why I don't go to black churches. I don't really go to church at all.
Okay.
Besides y'all's church online. But
yep.
People like him, they kind of ruin the church for me and a lot of people. So
yeah. I hadn't really experienced this type of thing where this guy is demanding more money. But yeah, you want to church with J.C. Lee Peterson is real church. That's for sure.
I think the guy was being sarcastic, but still, you're putting this woman in a uncomfortable situation, and you're kind of putting her on blast in front of the whole congregation. Like, that's not cool.
It's totally not.
Like, don't you think if she had it, she would have given? It's like, why you gotta be a gangster about it?
I know. Totally, man.
$2,000, that's more than a mortgage payment. That's 2 mortgages. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, depending on where you are, that is some major money that you're asking for. And she's like, oh, he's like, I want $1,000 on top of the $1,000. She's like, I only have $1,200. I need to work on the other $800. That's not what I asked you for.
It sounded like he was a PIMP and she was a, you know what?
Right.
Like,
By the way,
she's
I'm
a-
showing,
you know
just to
what I mean?
clarify, on the screen, I'm showing Church with Jesse Lee Peterson. We're not talking about Jesse. Jesse didn't pull that stunt. We're talking about somebody else. I'm just
You
showing
can
off.
play
Church.
the video if you want to. It's your show.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a boomer. Let me check to see if I can pull that off of
Yeah.
wherever
But
that
it was totally like he was a pimp, and she owed him money. Like, I better have that money in my hand.
I
and
know.
if I don't, there's gonna be consequences.
Yeah.
So he's letting the whole congregation know, hey, if y'all don't do what I say, there's gonna be some consequences.
It's like I'm gonna
beat
pull
them
a
physically,
digit.
Like, basically, he's saying he's gonna shun them and he's gonna shame them. So now they're gonna, we better bring enough money to church next Sunday, or else we're gonna get put on blast.
Yes.
That's not what church is about.
That's right. It's totally not.
Oh my gosh, that's not even why I called.
Yeah.
Go ahead, play it.
Let me see if I can play this. I just pulled it up on X.
Stand in unity. I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
She's smiling. Is that her? This is the same woman smiling.
I, Roberta McCoy, given faith.
And she doxed her whole self, Roberta, something. Pastor Marvin Winans of Detroit, Michigan, scolds a woman for only donating $1,200, according to Colin Rugg on X. The incident happened at Detroit's Perfecting Church on their Day of Giving. According to Blavity, which is a black outlet, Winans, the pastor, Marvin, urged participants to donate $1,000 plus one, suggesting they should give two separate $1,000 donations. I'm giving in faith and standing in unity with the vision of perfecting church, sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235, I guess, and receiving the blessings to come. That's only $1,200. You're not listening to what I'm saying. And so they said this pastor should read Mark 12:41-44. That's probably about God loving a cheerful giver. You're right. He might totally have been joking around, but that's either way. That is so funny. That's messed up.
And she's perfectly okay with being treated like that by her pastor. She probably sat back down, laughed it off, and enjoyed the rest of her day.
And that's
but if these people are okay with it, keep on going to that church. So be it.
It's nicely shot. Cool cinematography. It's kind of like what Rick said or somebody said, you're supposed to give in secret.
Right.
In general, you know? But they're like announcing it before all hypocrites.
You're basically telling the congregation, oh, look, I got more money than y'all got.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm going to give more.
And it's so typical of black women. Churches are kind of oriented towards women now to make this big show and support this church. And these women, they say that blacks are more Christian than anybody, but they're not. It's just a big show. It's just a churchy woman-oriented thing.
You just said it. You said the word show. It is. Like, let's see who can drive the fanciest car to church so everybody else can see which car is in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Or let's see who can wear the nicest shoes or the nicest hat.
Yeah.
Instead of it being church, it's a fashion statement and it's a talent show.
That's
and
right.
People forget they're there for God. They're just there to judge each other's appearance and see who has the most money. I mean, I could talk about that all day. Don't get me started. I'm already started, but Anyway, shout out to Rick.
Nice.
I called about the Steven Crowder thing.
Oh,
with his barbershop talk. Like, what's wrong with these older black men making all these excuses in front of white people, letting white America know how we think?
Yeah.
This is so ridiculous. let me tell you a little bit about myself.
Oops.
So I'm in my 30s. I'm a homeowner. I have a car that's paid off.
Yeah.
I have a home gym, which I train people when I want to, if I want to.
Nice.
I have a motorcycle, whatever. I worked hard throughout my teens and 20s, and I got my house when I was 26. I'm good at some things, and I'm not so good at other things.
Yeah.
I say that to say this. Everybody has the capacity to do what I did, and I didn't have a bunch of babies out of wedlock or anything like that. I just worked hard when I was young, and I'm still working hard to this day. I'm just doing halfway the right thing. I'm making decent financial decisions, and I tell people to work hard while they're young, and I'm accountable for my actions.
Yeah.
Whereas these people, they don't believe in any of that. So when these guys in the barbershop are talking about, what word did he use? Opportunity. We need opportunity to do X, Y, and Z.
Opportunity to be autonomous or something like that.
Yeah.
Give us our autonomy.
What is that? That's from that's the word they use when the woman wants to have an abortion.
Yeah.
Why are they using those liberal words?
Right. Totally, man.
But they're talking about slavery, how they're affected by that. But most black men who I know personally who have kids, they're not married to the mother of those kids. And in many cases, they have multiple kids with different women. And the women, they're okay with it. The women will have a kid with this guy who she knows already has a kid by a different woman. And now I'm seeing white women do the same thing because they think it's cool. They just want a baby.
Yeah.
So a white woman will make a mixed baby with a brother, even though she knows this brother already has kids elsewhere. My point is, they're talking about slavery, but it's a culture thing. Because most of the black men I know, they say the word baby mama, my baby mama.
Yep.
And this is men who are teenagers up to in their 50s and older sometimes. They'll say, whenever I talk to them about whatever, if they bring up their girl, they always say my baby mama. So that's the main problem. But why didn't Steven Crowder, whenever these Charlie Kirk wannabes have these conversations with people, the first thing they need to say is, are you married to your girlfriend?
Yeah.
And when the guy says, oh, no, that's my baby mom, they need to dig deep into that and say, okay, how come you're not married? And then they're going to give some lame-mo excuse, oh, blah, blah, blah. Well, then the Steven Crowder guy needs to say, okay, well, maybe that's the problem. Because I told you about my life. I don't have kids because I, quote-unquote, did it the smart way. Because if I did have kids earlier, when I wasn't ready, those kids would be screwed pretty much. So it's just a endless, continuous cycle. And they're thinking it's slavery, and we all know it's the fatherless home epidemic, but they don't even put that into consideration as to why they lack opportunity or whatever that word is, autonomy.
Yeah.
These are grown men saying this.
Right. It's ridiculous.
Go ahead.
And you're so right about that, they're just blind and into they get into a situation where they mismanage their money. Rick brings it up all the time where people spend, like you said, I think maybe before.
Yep.
You spend more than you make. Somebody else made that point too. People spend more than they, I think, Jaime in Minnesota, but you've said this point too. People spend badly. They squander their wealth. And black people in America are quite wealthy. It's just that they don't have the right mindset and discipline and appreciation and awareness. They're into their things.
If you have bad habits like that, what does that have to do with slavery?
Yeah.
Like, how do you even connect it to the bad spending, the babies out of wedlock? How do you even connect that with slavery? That's how you know it's BS.
Yeah.
And they say this country is racist. You had a black president, and you're still talking about reparations. Like, say what you want about Obama, whether he was good or bad. He was there for 8 years in a row. So where's the racism? Trump got kicked out of office, and he had to reapply to get the job again.
Yep.
And they say he's a racist guy, but if he's so racist, and if America's so racist, how come Trump didn't win in 2020, but Obama won twice in a row? So, like, what? I don't know what more to tell these people.
Yeah, totally.
And as far as representation goes, like my job, we all know black people are 13% of the population, but my job is like 50% black.
Right.
So we're overrepresented in the workforce, depending on the job. There's just nothing anybody can do to stop anybody from doing anything. It's just your own mindset.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The baby mama stuff just kills me real quick. About a year ago, I was invited to a baby shower, and I asked, is this person married? And they said, no, she's not married. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I told them I don't want to go.
Nice.
And the family was like offended that I didn't want to attend well, first of all, men don't go to baby showers.
True.
But second of all, I just told one of my family members, like, I don't need to explain this, but I did it anyway. I'm like, I don't want to go to a baby shower for a woman who's not married.
Yeah, that's right.
We're encouraging
her.
bad behavior.
Yep.
Because they're just going to continue thinking, oh, it's all cool. Let's just keep doing it. Now, if she was married, I probably would have went to it.
That's right.
But,
yeah, you know what?
I mean,
nowadays they have men and people going to baby showers. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing. I've even been to one or two. I didn't and I don't think they were married, one of them. But you're so right about that. I noticed that I first noticed this woman or woman type celebrating of a baby shower. I was in college, and it was at a Christian college, and there was this house full of Christian college women. One of them got pregnant, and this other girl, who's this liberal Christian college girl, was all shrilling, going, "Wee!" all excited, jumping up, sitting next to her, all pumped up, not married, and these are supposedly Christians, making her feel good for something that is a shame, which is having the sex out of wedlock and even having children out of wedlock. And it's you're right, it's permeated the culture across, not just among the blacks. Among the blacks, it was a shame at one point. What a mess.
And did you notice some women will actually frown upon and they'll look down upon women who are married? The woman who you're talking about, they want to normalize the out-of-wedlock birth, like how she was so excited.
Yeah.
Well, when they talk to each other about a woman who is married, they always have like a negative connotation, like, oh, she's better, or she thinks she's better.
Right.
It's like, why y'all gotta hate on her for getting married and having a family, quote unquote, the right way?
Yeah. And even them, it's not. I think it's because there's always room to judge, and you can pick out some evil in people. Sometimes you're wrong completely, and sometimes they are right. Because sometimes the Christian people, Christian people are wrong too, just not in that way. And so they justify the people who are wrong in a practical sense, such as having kids out of wedlock and not getting married, are able to ignore their own evil by pointing out somebody else's evil who's doing it the right way, quote unquote, like you said. Because look at Crowder. He did it the right way. He got married before having kids. I don't know. I think he has kids, right? Does he? And then the woman divorced him and just smeared him and all the whole social media. Remember, they smeared him for like saying, "You're not being a proper wife to me." How embarrassing. Remember that Ring camera video footage that was leaked of him smearing that?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Anchor Baby covered it like years ago.
Okay.
So it was a nasty divorce, and this nasty woman whom he married leaked Ring camera footage, I guess, somehow, because he didn't leak it, of him saying, "You're not being a proper wife to me. You're not fulfilling your wifely duties." And she's pregnant, and so she's looking all sympathetic, a sympathetic, poor pregnant woman being verbally abused by her husband. But anyway, the point is, he tried to do things right, and it blew up in his face, being a Christian. And so people can sit around and judge him, too. And they don't want to, it just as an excuse not to look at themselves and how wrong they are. What a mess.
Everybody's a victim.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. What's up with this Asian woman talking about, oh, they put us all together? Why is everybody a victim, man? Like, were they giving you bad service or good service? Like, why is everybody a victim? I'm sick of it, man. But I could talk to you all day, but I'm going to let you get back to your show.
I appreciate it, Greggatron. You're right about that stuff.
See ya.
Take care. You know, Greggatron had brought up how his family got mad, or somebody got mad at him for not going to, not wanting to go to a baby shower for a woman who was not married. I remember one time I got my friends mad at me because I didn't want to go to my friend's second wedding because I don't believe in the divorce and remarriage stuff. Because he got married, I was in that wedding, and that didn't last long. It was quite predictable, actually. And so they got divorced, and then he started living with this other gal, and I liked her, and I liked him. I visited them, I was visiting my friends. And then I got invited to Hawaii, of all places, to go to this wedding. And I'm like, I just can't bring myself to justify taking off work and going to Hawaii and pretending to be happy about this second wedding when you already messed up. I already don't believe in the divorce and remarriage. I'm a Christian. I was raised Christian. You don't get divorced. Divorce is wrong. I even knew a sort of grandparents-in-law, I guess, or something like that. Cousins, grandparents. Or something. They were divorced and remarried, and the woman admitted that she was wrong in that. She could have stayed and worked it out with the other guy. But of course, we like the grandpa, the new grandpa. Everybody loves him. But they did wrong. And what do you do after you do wrong? But you just deal with do whatever you see fit to do, of course. Do what you want, of course, like JLP says. But all of this out-of-wedlock stuff is wrong, crazy, messing up lives. And it's worse than you realize. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Like, Trump didn't get away with it. He probably has has dealt with unimaginable family drama because of the divorces and remarriages that he went through. It's a mess. It's a mess. So, before I will get to more of your calls. Everybody a victim. Oh, and so I didn't want to go, and then people are like, "Oh, you're punishing him for getting married again." I'm not punishing him. I'm just not excited about going. And I've never been to Hawaii. But I just didn't want to support that. It's like, I still like you. I was a Christian too. I don't know what I would do today. But anyway, it's understandable, and it's probably right not to make people feel better about being wrong. That's the liberal way, where you accept everybody, the LGBT stuff. You accept them as people, but you don't pretend that this is a good thing. And they pretend that it's a good thing. Kiss up culture. So bad. So, I have some super chats related to that thing. Quickly, let me get to Art in Ohio, though. Art as a response for Greggatron, I think. Art, are you there?
Hey, man, what's up with my main man, Hake?
Not much. How about you, sir?
Hey, man, I'm cool, man. I'm in the land of the living, man. Hallelujah.
Indeed.
Already. So, how old is Greggatron?
I don't know. And if I knew, I wouldn't dox. But I would imagine I would imagine that he's probably a millennial. He's in his 30s or so, I would guess.
Greggatron, throw your age up in the chat or whatnot. But
what makes you ask?
Nah, just because my response to my brother whatnot, and he made a statement, and I'm taking it as I don't know if I'm his elder or I'm younger than him, but I just want to explain to him respectfully where the out-of-wedlock stuff had came from for the Native American blacks / the Negroes of today or whatnot.
Yeah.
So where it comes from is that in slavery or whatnot, you would have art that would be in Hake's plantation or whatnot. I have kids in that plantation, and then they would take and sell me to Joel's plantation without me being able to raise them. So that's where it all starts at or whatnot, in the slave trade or whatnot. I just wanted to explain to him or whatnot. And America's been here, 400 years, and Negro America's only been out of slavery for about 150?
Something like that.
150?
Yeah.
So I mean, we conservative Republicans know good math. I mean, slavery was around longer than Negroes been out of slaves, and some of the whites have been out of slaves. So I mean, we don't make excuses. We know and understand where everything is wrong. I ain't gonna say we understand. I understand where everything's messed up and wrong at. But me as an individual, and me seeing the blueprint and knowing how it's supposed to be done, it's up to me as the individual to make it to where I make sure that I participate in my kids, so I don't keep passing that on as a generation. But I definitely agree with Greggatron is saying or whatnot, as far as all them liberal words or whatnot, and the men just sounding, I mean,
autonomy, my autonomy.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. The autonomy, but that's pretty much all I had to say.
I have a question about that, because I don't know if that's accurate.
Go ahead.
I'm sure, and I have heard many times that there were cases in which like a father was separated from the mother and kids sometimes, but oftentimes they were not separated. They were kept together because I heard from some other radio host that they were kept together because when you keep a family together, they work better.
Yeah. Nah, for sure.
And after slave times, during slavery, and shortly after slavery, what I heard from like Larry Elder was that black children were more likely than white children to be born into the same household with their father and mother who were married. Black children,
they were more likely
to be born like only like 5% or something, whereas out of wedlock. It
go
started.
Ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I don't believe that the out of wedlock culture started in slavery times, because it was not that bad. It was actually better than the white families at one time. I heard slightly.
You might be right about that, and I ain't disagreeing with what you're saying or whatnot. But as the society has got demoralized, then you see the progression in where things have ended up in the same progression that you've seen with the out of wedlock. That it started at a 1 back, meaning the rate, meaning basically
like
it wasn't
1%,
that bad.
2%.
Yeah, it was like a 1.
5.
Yeah, now it's all the way at a 10, and I ain't saying 10. I'm just on a scale of 1 to 10.
It being 10 being bad, 10 being worse.
Yeah, now. Yeah, and it's because society's been demoralized, and I mean, it's basically gonna be anything that you do, even with the open borders. It's gonna start. It's at a 1 right now, but imagine where it's gonna be at in 70 years.
Yeah.
Point proven. Yeah.
No, I think the open borders is at like an 8 out of 10 right now. It's not as bad as Canada, I guess. Canada is way bad, really bad.
But did you peep what happened though yesterday after we got off the phone or whatnot? You hear what our uncle said about them terrorists over here in America.
Our greatest president, Trump. You're talking about that uncle?
Yeah, Uncle Don. He labeled them terrorists over here, bro, for sure. They ain't playing.
Terrorists or tariffs?
Yeah, he labeled the cartel terrorists. He said he getting them out of America, bro.
Nice.
Yeah,
but,
bro.
Hey, I want to say one quick thing because
go ahead.
You said that about the out-of-wedlock births in slavery times. That to me that doesn't have anything to do with a person just being irresponsible and sleeping around. And then the woman having the children willingly and knowing that it's going to be fine because she's going to get government money, you know? That's much more, that has much more to do with the welfare state.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's what I'm sitting here saying. It started off with the slavery stuff, but you have the liberals that interject themselves just like they interject themselves in anything else. And what happens when they interject themselves into it, it makes it 10 times worse.
I don't think it has anything to do with the slavery thing, other than the fact that they're here in America. That we brought Hake, the plantation owner, bought Artie Art, and now we're brothers. But we had a different relationship back in the day in the slave times, and so I get that you guys are here now. But that doesn't. Other than that, it doesn't have anything to do, other than that they are here in America by way of slavery, many of them. But it doesn't have anything to do with the out-of-wedlock thing. The culture of out-of-wedlock started, I don't know, it became a crisis in the 60s, and it got 3 times worse since then.
And I'm disagreeing with you on that is because you trying to say it don't stand back from slavery, but
right.
you see what Martin Luther King did when he seen blood in the water. He jumped on it just like any other liberal would and exploited it, and that's where you got your civil rights. That's where you get your civil rights movement from or whatnot, and then that's where you turn around and get your government funding from.
Yeah.
To where it ends up turning into right now. What I'm saying is it started from there. And it might not have been as big, out of wedlock, out of kids growing up without their fathers in their house. It might not have been as bad back in slavery versus now. But that's what I'm saying is when you interject all these liberals, which we already know because we don't lived it, and we don't seen it with our own eyes and heard it with our own ears, it exasperates. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
Yeah, exacerbates.
Exasperate. Thank you, my white brother. Hey,
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But so it just makes it way worse or whatnot. But no, I'm not trying to make no excuse or whatnot. I just want to make sure we being correct or whatnot, and then
nice.
Up on our history or whatnot. But just like I said, it don't pertain to me because I make sure I participate in my son's life. You know what I mean? If I see that something is wrong, or if I see the stove is hot, I'm not gonna keep touching it. It's common sense. But God bless you, Hake, and we still rolling with Trump, and I'll catch you later, man. Have a good Friday.
You as well, Art. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Catch you. Yes, sir.
All right. I will get to more of your calls, everybody. Interesting. And Trump told us, Art told us that Trump said that the cartels are terrorists, and I agree with that. Interesting. We're at the top of the hour. Let me read a few super chats before I get back to your calls. Over on buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. I did see some came in while I'm finding that. Steven gave a sticker of a hippopotamus on a desk chair that is drifting. It's so cool. Nice, man. Sweet. I believe that I left off here. Okay, yes. I think that's the case. Thank you, Steven, for your sticker thing. That's fun, a hippopotamus. Let me show it to you guys. See if I can show it. If I go over here, if you're watching the video feed, then I click over here. And down here should be where I can show the sticker thing. See that? Isn't that fun? Here, let me pause that. Will it zoom? Can I pinch and zoom? If I go out here, maybe I can. Nice. Steven gave that thing. Nice. Hey. Shout out. And I thought I saw another one come in from somebody else over here. Look at them. Look at all these people. Or one person. Another from John. No message. Thank you, sir. Very generous. Let me see if I can hit the like. Hey. Sweet. I don't know why it's not showing up here. Maybe it will in a second. Anyway, I won't worry about that. Cesar or Cesar says with the coffee, sup, Hake. This was yesterday, man. You don't like the way Indian food tastes. I don't even like the way it smells. Because I said that I like the way it smells, not the way it tastes. It smells better than it tastes. So thank you, Cesar or Cesar. Kimchi is Asian. That's right. Yeah, it is. That's true. Yes, ginger was what William 7 was talking about. I can't stand Little Caesar's pizza, he says, but I grew a liking to their pepperoni cheese sticks with garlic butter dip. Wow. All this talk about food, I must be hungry, laughing with sweat. Be easy, Hake. Cool sunglasses. Thank you, sir. Right on, as always. And this marathon one that I didn't finish from Eric with his 10 coffees. Very generous. Watching you squirm reading Women Never Gain Value. Let me just mark this down. Coffee. Eric. Or one coffee. Yeah, 2 coffees. Lets me see you're not sure about the validity of the statement. You always say, Eric says. I don't make up the rules, Hake. It's the truth. Eric said it. I believe it. That settles it. No, he's telling the truth. Women never gain value, says he. There it is. I said it again. Oh, Lord. We can't determine our own value. Men determine women's value, and women determine men's value. Speaking in a worldly sense, obviously, right? Women don't love men for who they are. Indeed, they don't. No woman wants a virgin, quote-unquote, man with no money, no muscles, no job, no car, no home, no status, no wisdom. Yet all men begin life this way, where they have not had the S, no experience with the ladies. They're not born ladies' men, or are they? They don't have money necessarily. They don't necessarily even have muscles or a job when they're a baby, or a car or a home. Women love men for what they create: wealth, muscles, S-word, sexual experience, wisdom, education, status, car, home, lifestyle. Whereas men love women for who they are, quote unquote. No man said, I love her, but she needs more S-word experience, sexual experience. She needs more money, or she needs more muscles. She needs a job. She needs a car. She needs a home. She needs friends. She needs status, lifestyle, and wisdom. Men value women for beauty, who they are in a worldly sense. Beauty, purity, fertility, meaning they're relatively innocent and can have kids, and they're pretty. Like what he just said. I'm stepping all over his coffees. All of which they were born with. I mean, some babies are born pretty ugly, but they get pretty, after the puberty thing. But yeah, I agree with you. It's impossible for a woman to gain value, says he. I can't, because this world is passing away, right? And they offer that worldly value of making the kids and having the whatever. I can't emphasize this point enough, because once you see this to be the truth, at least the facts about worldly reality, it explains why women develop deceitful personalities, because women can only preserve value two ways. One, be a good girl. Two, lie. Yep. If you're a good boy, if you're a good girl, you end up staying healthier and looking younger, longer. That's true. The majority of women can't resist the temptation of the devil to chase thrills. Indeed. The conflict of interest is she has to keep those experiences secretive or lose value forever. So, when you wonder why women can't tell the truth, why admitting they're wrong feels like death, it's because they fear losing value they can never recuperate. This truth explains all their dysfunctional behavior. Interesting. Yeah, they feel they're very judgmental and they feel judged. Interesting, Eric. He follows up with 10 more coffees. This one is interesting as well. On women and value. Eric on culture. Women create culture. What women prioritize determines the behavior and beliefs of society, he says. What a fallen world, huh? If women spent their time at the library, men would read a lot of books. He says. Get it? Eve ate the fruit, not necessarily an apple, the fruit. Of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and Adam followed. And in this evil, dark, worldly, fallen state, what the women are into, the men are into it. When women say, what's wrong with this degenerate culture? Degenerate women. When people say, but what about the weak man? What about the weak man? Well, if men didn't pursue women, the population would collapse. And I have something about that. RFK said that the birth rate is a national security crisis. He said that next to Trump, I read, if I read it correctly. And if women aren't responsible for whom they sleep with, then what are they responsible for? Nothing. Once in a relationship, the man leads, thus he is ultimately responsible for everything. The one responsibility a woman has in her entire life is not to have sex out of wedlock. The responsible not to have sex out of wedlock. Refrain, abstain. That's why she needs a strong father to lead her until her husband takes over responsibility. A woman cannot carry the weight of virtue by herself. A woman never knows what she wants. Her nature is to be a follower, so she succumbs to societal pressures. Indeed. When people look at society and wonder what's going on, women's role models determine what the culture finds meaningful. Kim Kardashian, whom I heard she had an aneurysm, by the way. But I guess it wasn't a fatal aneurysm or anything, because she's still kicking, I think. Shout out. Kim Kardashian, kind of not necessarily the most having the best reputation in terms of the morality in her past, anyway. Cardi B, that's a rapper gal, I guess, kind of performs in a dirty woman type of look. And Taylor Swift even. They don't produce a healthy society because they worship the god of self. mirror emoji. The great feminization of America, us, or something like that, US or us, is from women leading themselves in society, following them into degeneracy. When women are following themselves, guess who's leading them really? The fallen state. The God of America is the woman's God. He's capitalizing the G, but it should be lowercase g. Minor little thing there. Sometimes people capitalize the G in God, but really they're following a false devil God. Yep. So I accept that as well. Maybe you did that capital G purposefully, actually, because people say, oh, I follow God. And really they're not. They think that, it's the Christian God. Oh, Jesus. But it's fake. The self, the God of self, the ego, Satan. Mama loves self-destruction. We're all a bunch of women. Hake, quotation mark, quote. Fruit emoji, snake, serpent emoji. That was a lot, but fair points, sir. I like that. Thank you, kindly. I will read more. There's Anthony coming up and more from Eric coming up. Eric has a couple of tips, a link from a video and an article. And Anthony has some interesting info as well that I shall get to. I'm going to refresh just to make sure there aren't even more. Oh, yeah, sure enough. Popcorn and Eric and Chris. That's right. What's up, Chris? So I have several more to get to, but I don't want to bore you with too much of the same thing, too much of a good thing. And I was going to take a break. So, yeah, I'll do that because I have like some things to cover, but I want to get to your calls. And I have this AI music, and I think that you guys should appreciate this AI track that Derek, Jesse's producer, made. Punchie TV theme song, version 1. It's AI. I hope that you enjoy it. Let's see if this blasts in your ears. Punchie TV! Punchie TV! Punchie TV! Be right back, guys. Punchie TV! We're wild, we're loud, we're here right now. Punchie TV! Punchie TV! Be right back. Smash the screen, flip the world, chaos in a neon swirl. No rules, no leash, just madness unleashed. Punchie TV, Punchie TV, Punchie TV, Punchie TV, Punchie TV, Punchie TV. Crash and burn it, spin and turn it. Punchie TV, Punchie TV. Jump up, throw down, scream and shake the crowd. Punchie TV, Punchie TV. Punchie TV, 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 Punchie TV. Okay. Punchie TV. Yeah, I'll take one. Isn't that kind of fun? I think it was kind of fun. It's Christian! Because Derek is Christian. And so he made the AI say that. And that. Nice, huh? Anyway, let me get to your calls here. Mr. Pink out of California. Mr. Pink, thank you for calling and holding, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. What's going on, Hake?
Not much. I'm chilling.
Cool. You chilling, man. You got to work hard today.
That's right. At least long.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, well, yeah, I guess you get to sit there the whole time.
Right.
Not that hard. You just have to run your mouth a bunch, right?
That's right.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just kind of kicking. I got my little break from quitting old job, starting new job next week. So that's cool.
Nice. Congratulations. Yeah. I guess.
Yes, sir.
I hope. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll be making like 50% more money and working less time.
That'll help, I imagine.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Just like I can actually devote more time to classes and things like that.
That's right. You're going through seminary or something, I think.
Yes, I am.
Cool.
Actually. Yeah, going good so far. Got me preaching up there at the church next week.
Nice.
As well. Yeah, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just staying on mission, staying on practice. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of touch on the gambling thing. It's pretty hilarious to me.
Oh, you're talking about the NBA? It cracks me up a little bit too.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking of a couple of things that, unfortunately, this will give people, the delusional people that think that like every bit of sports is rigged.
Right.
It'll give them some ammunition to think that everything, more and more of this, everything is a conspiracy nonsense.
Yeah.
You know, that's really funny. You know,
it is.
How, yeah, no matter what, there's always going to be some kind of corruption in something.
That's true.
Yeah, it was funny to me. Last night I was watching Charles Barkley and the gang talk about it.
So,
inside the NBA crowd.
Let me just catch anybody up who may have missed it. Multiple NBA players and tens of, I guess, alleged mafia people have been caught up or maybe arrested or something like that, accused by the FBI of throwing NBA games, colluding to throw NBA games in order to bet on a pretty sure winner against the team that has the teammate who's throwing the game, meaning purposely losing, missing shots, and going out of a game early with a hurt foot and supposedly hurt foot. And then another basketball American guy, he played cards with people, and this table or something had like X-ray and hidden cameras, and so they were cheating at cards. And scamming people that way
too.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, that's two separate things as well. You know, you gotta notice that.
Yeah,
that kind of threw me for a loop because I'm like, okay, you know, Cash Patel went out there and had this big press conference, and he
right.
like looped in like Chauncey Billups, who was doing the poker thing.
Yeah,
right, and he's the head coach of the Blazers, but that's not the rigging the games thing. So I don't know if he was involved with that or not. But I don't know. It's like, maybe they're like, I don't know, it's like putting this to have like a big names thing on the announcement of all this. I don't know.
Is it the same mafia that's involved in both things, do you think?
Yeah, well, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
Is it the Italians? Is it the Asians? Like that wasn't really clarified whether you know what mafia it is.
And you know what? One thing that I don't really like or trust about these young, including maybe Cash Patel, is they're kind of showboats. But a lot of these these young prosecutors, like there's this young black prosecutor who went after Diddy, and it's just, what is he doing? Is he just chasing excitement? Because the results against Diddy was basically diddly squat, if you really think about it, according to what Anchor Baby covered. So
and you got to think about it. Is like, was he really like put through the ringer because of his name? Because you got to imagine that like he's not the only one holding some weird parties out there in Hollywood and the music industry. It's like, so is it just it's just him, so we can put his name real big in the headlines?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretend like the government, pretend like the feds or the government or whoever those prosecutors are doing something good, but it's just doing something big. A whole lot of nothing. It's like, wait, it's like, why are we having a big press conference and saying everybody's name that's kind of noteworthy? Yeah.
When it's like different circumstances and different charges.
That's true.
I mean, it's a big deal that like people will be throwing NBA games, and it is a big deal, like, at the same time that people will be rigging poker games. But are we, like, talking about the same thing? Do they have relevance to each other?
Yeah.
That's a little, like, what?
I wonder if somebody had an in. The third thing that they did in the NBA, one guy allegedly did, or maybe two, was give insider information to people who were making bets about an injury on the team. They're like, oh, player number 3 has an injury and won't maybe be doing at his best in this game. And if you give that insider information, it's not meant to be public. You're supposed to keep your private company stuff private. And it turned out to be LeBron James, who was injured. Not that he was in on this, but just that he was injured and somebody told about it. And that's another, like, insider trading tip type gambling bet mafia stuff, allegedly.
Well, that's got me thinking, okay, so maybe all of these high-profile names that they announced in this thing, were they all involved with this same mafia, and were the people then in the mafia busted, and that those were the names that they dropped when they were, you know, coerced to confess?
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, well, you know, it's like this person got busted for doing some kind of gambling operation, and then, you know, he's like, oh, well, you know, Terry Rozier was, you know, throwing games, and Chauncey Billups, we had him doing poker, and da-da-da. So it might have, like, all been connected to, like, whoever they busted on the level of the mafia side.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know. I don't know how that's all going to play out.
Doom Jesus in the chat is saying the marketing and tickets and concession stands is not where they get the money. It's the betting, according to him. But I didn't know that because I wasn't aware of sports betting other than horse race betting. I maybe have kind of knew that. But I didn't know that people were making bets on normal, like, basketball games and football games and baseball games until in the last 10, 20 years. I feel like I became aware of that. But when I was a little kid...
Well, I mean, of course that was going on before. I mean, like, there's episodes of The Sopranos where they're talking about betting on college football and stuff like that. But you hear more prominently lately. I mean, you know about how they legalized, like, sports betting on, like, apps and things like that in certain states.
Yeah, right.
And that's gotten more prolific.
Yeah, because now it's mainstream. It used to be just among fellow mafia members or among friends. I guess some of the degenerate gambling type of friends would do that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I used to work with this guy who was always just like, oh, you know, I'll bet you, like, and I would never, like, engage him on it, but he would always be like, I bet you $300 that the Patriots will win or something like that. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that, man.
Were you told, like I was, you were raised Christian, were you?
Yeah.
Were you told, don't bet, Christians don't bet? Don't gamble?
I mean, it's not necessarily like a sin. I don't know, like that. I don't think that has to do with that, but it's just like immoral.
Right, you're squandering your money. It's like you're wasting your money. It's not right. And I knew that they would bet on, like, fights, but it just wasn't this mainstream that it is today, and shameless.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean, it's like, it's legalized, and the thing is, it's like, if you watch sports now,
meaning it was illegal before, right?
Yeah. If you watch sports now, it's like half of the ads and the commercial breaks are like, get on DraftKings and you can bet if a player will make 30 or more points and get this many assists. And, you know, if you get like 4 of those players right, then you win or something like that. And it's like, we got kids watching, like, sports all the time, and it's like they're being bombarded with advertisements for gambling, like, 24/7 now. And that's not good. I mean, like,
right.
When it comes down to like the Christian side of things, when it comes down to the Christian side of things, I mean, we're called to be like good stewards of our money.
Right. Yeah.
And so, like, it's like if you've got enough money to gamble and blow on that, then you got enough money to donate to your local church to have them help get the bills paid.
Yeah.
And it's like you're not like forced to do that.
Right.
And if you're going to a good church, they're not forcing you to do that, like that pastor who was like trying to guilt trip people. But at the same time, churches got bills to pay.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
They got to pay their pastor's salaries, and they got to keep the lights on and everything. So, I mean, you should be able to want to contribute to that before you gamble.
True.
That's
so interesting, man. The culture.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It
on a small other note, I would like to give you a little ammunition, just like slight topic change.
Yes, sir.
On the flat Earth debate, whenever it may come up.
All right.
And I'm one that goes, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know either way.
You don't say that it's an obvious globe like I do.
Well, I mean, it's like even scientists have come out and said it's not exactly a sphere.
Right.
Right. But it's not exactly flat.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't take like sides on that. I leave it up to the people who are studying the math and actually doing the research,
Yeah.
And, the things that are more obvious, I'm going to tend to believe, like, that's the thing. So it's like, it's round in some way.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But, just as something that like completely like debunks their whole baseline theory is when they use that nonsense firmament idea.
Right.
Okay. Like they're not doing the actual like reading of the text as they should.
Yeah.
And they don't realize, and I don't know if you've seen me make this point in the chat before.
I haven't.
Do you know what the word firmament means in the original Hebrew?
I do not.
So it actually stands, and the word is to describe the expanse of the heavens.
Yeah.
Is what the word firmament means.
Wow.
All right? The expanse of the heavens, meaning the things that are set in place, like the stars and the planets and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
They are firmamentally set in place, and they are there. Right?
Right.
So that's what that means. It doesn't mean it's some like solid surface of like a dome or something.
Right.
It never was meant to declare that.
Yep.
People just want to confirm what they want to think.
Yeah.
Instead of actually doing the research. So that's the problem. Like when we have all these English translations.
Yeah.
But it's more and more I'm learning that like you got a Greek word or a Hebrew word.
Right.
And there's like 3 different meanings for the word love that is used sometimes.
Yep.
And there's like a brotherly love, and there's like a helpful love, and then there's like a godly love.
Yep.
And there's like 3 different words that they use to use that, but the same word love is used regardless.
Eros, agape, and phileo, if I remember right. When I was a kid, I learned those.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So it's like if people want to like understand what they're actually talking about, they should go and do the research of the root words that are used, as opposed to just jumping to like, oh, this is what this is. I don't know.
Right. No, you're totally right. People take a word and they run with it, not having a clue. And that shows that they need to overcome words, because meaning is meaning and God and all those things are so much bigger than words, where you can say different words that seemingly and make statements that seemingly contradict one another in Christianity and things that Jesse says and all that stuff. And actually they're not a contradiction. It's a different situation that you're talking about from one statement to the next. So nice.
And there's some people that know what they're talking about when they do that, and there's some people don't.
That's right.
So like when Biden goes, we choose truth over facts. He didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know what he was saying.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, it's like when say you're making like a racial joke, you're doing it in good humor,
right,
not out of hate.
Yep.
That's 2 different things.
Totally different context. Yeah.
Yes. And context and nuance is just so lost on people these days. It's
it really
like
is.
This, or it's like this.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
That's what I got for you, buddy.
Appreciate it, man. Take care.
Yeah, you have a good day, and keep holding down the fort.
Thank you, sir. When he brought up the firmament thing, the firmament, rakia, or however you pronounce that word, the original Hebrew word for firmament, literally means expanse, something stretched out. And you know what? We say the sun in the sky, the stars in the sky, the moon in the sky. But does that mean it's inside of our atmosphere? No. It's just seen in the atmosphere, it's seen through the atmosphere. But people think, oh, that means that the sun is inside of the dome. What a mess. And if you look at it, it looks like a huge dome, because all we see is, if there ever is a word dome, because maybe elsewhere in the Bible it says dome, it looks like a huge dome. The sky even bends. All right, anyway, so thank you, Mr. Pink. Alpha take from Mr. Pink. I put firmament as a nonsense term, but that's not what he means or what I mean. But I'm going to leave it like that, even though it's not precise. It's imprecise, all right? As used by FE is nonsense. We'll just call it nonsense, because that's bothering me, not to say it right. Okay, so in the sky. All right. Steven in Maryland on the line over here. Steven, thank you for calling and holding, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good.
Sieg Heil Trump.
Did you say Sieg Heil Trump?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
You did marry a German woman, so you would be pro-German Trump.
That's right.
Nice.
She was a Nazi.
So, what?
She was a Nazi.
Did you say Kill? Kill? The Nazi?
No, yeah.
Oh. Well, not necessarily. Not all of them need to be that way.
She was born in 1935.
Who was?
My ex. Not my ex. Well, my dead wife.
Yeah, your late wife. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she was a Nazi.
I mean, was she I guess everybody had to be, right?
Yeah, it was in Germany. Germans.
Yeah.
What else was it? Right. Oh, what I was really calling about.
Yes.
Was about what did you say? Megatron, Ukatron,
Greggatron. The great Greggatron. He's your daddy.
Yeah. Yeah. The seeds are out today, boy. What's it? The weekend?
Nearly. It's the weekend. It's the weekend. That's such a great song.
Ricky?
It's undeniable.
Ricky number 2.
Heck yeah, we just got paid. I know, get this started. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. I understand. I got you. And then this Megatron 3, what's he talking about? Either that guy is on a pipe or that guy is got a bent wrist. One or the other.
A bent wrist as in gay? Is that what you're trying to say? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Are you slandering my caller Greggatron, who's like the straightest man in the universe?
Something wrong being like that?
Greggatron. Yes, there is. Yes, there is something wrong with that, and you are completely have him wrong. He is bigger than you, stronger than you, straighter than you, and more alpha than you will ever dream of being.
Ooh, I'm an alpha, a beta, a gamma, a delta, and omega.
Nice. So is Greggatron.
I got all 5 of them.
Yeah. Greggatron, too. Times 10.
No, he's not. He's single.
You don't know.
He can't be that.
Just because he's single don't mean he's inferior.
I didn't say he was inferior.
All right. So anyway, what's your point about it? What's wrong with what he said? Why are you attacking him?
Men are not invited to baby showers.
Are you making that statement? Are you agree with that statement?
Yes.
I know. I agree with you. But you're 88, and we are in our 40s and 30s, and we go to baby showers because men are not men anymore, and baby showers are beta again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame. When I was a kid, I was forced to stay and play outside with my cousins and brothers and other people whom I didn't know, while the ladies had their baby shower back in the day. But now, men go to baby showers. It's a big scam. It's terrible.
Well,
you said one thing true.
Next thing, he said there was no racial stuff, right?
About what? What's no racial stuff?
Racial in jobs, jobs.
Oh, in terms of jobs?
Yeah.
I don't remember him saying. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he said that mainly you make your own bed, in terms of you create your own situation with your irresponsibility or your responsibility. It has less to do with your race than anything else, than the way that you live.
No. I know when I got back to the States.
Yep.
As air traffic controller, right?
Yes.
I couldn't find a job. I had to change my whole thing. And they needed air traffic controllers.
Okay.
In 85, but then I think they had a strike in 83. The air controllers went on strike, and Uncle Ronnie got rid of all of them. Right?
Yeah, because they were striking, so Reagan fired them all.
Right.
I hope that Trump does that.
So they needed them. They needed air traffic controllers, right? But this was 2 years later, 85, when I got out. So, anyway, I couldn't find a job as air traffic controller.
Nice.
Nice. That wasn't nice.
Well, I mean, you're alive today to tell it, so nice, whatever.
Yeah, I had changed my whole occupation. I turned out to be an electrician. That was even better.
Yeah.
Because I remember making $50
so it
an hour.
all was well. It turned out for the better for you then, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you were an electrician too then, huh?
Yeah, my last days.
And that's thanks to, and did you say that you couldn't be an air traffic controller because you were black?
Of course.
Why do you say that?
How many have you seen?
How many do I see what?
Air traffic controller. How many have you seen?
I don't keep track. I could be seeing them and not realize it.
You could also say you've never been in the control building.
What's your point, man? You're talking like Maze. I can't.
Maze. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't follow what you're saying.
About my friend Maze.
Beautiful Maze. I like her, but I just don't follow her point sometimes. And she may have one, but I just don't follow
she always has a point.
That's right.
Your boy William 13 was talking about Maze the other day. He called that woman a dog.
Really?
And you know what a female dog is, right?
A B word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should be ashamed of himself. Then he said she had low intelligence. You don't tell nobody that.
I mean, if you're trying to criticize her harshly or attack her or her intelligence, then yes, of course you do.
What's he got to do with her intelligence?
That's why he called her
Nothing.
dumb, I think.
It has nothing to do with that woman's intelligence. Nothing.
Whatever.
He needs to stay on his farm and mind his business.
He doesn't need to do anything except for stay part black and part Creole and live.
Yeah, I just thought about that too. He bragged about he got a white brother, right?
I didn't hear that. You pay more attention. You hear more from him than I do.
What he's talking on the phone? Aren't you listening to what he's saying?
Not always.
Oh, okay. He said he got a white brother.
Okay.
I wonder if his white brother say he got a N-word brother.
Whites don't really talk like that, though.
Whites don't talk like that?
Yeah, not really.
Yes, they do.
In the good old days, back when men didn't go to baby showers, whites talked like that.
Yeah.
But now that men go to baby showers, whites don't talk like that about black people.
Well, that's where their word originated back in the day.
When they were real men, they would talk about blacks like that. But now they're not real men. They don't talk about blacks like that. Steven, I gotta run, man.
Beg your pardon?
I gotta run.
One more thing before you go. Herr Trump. Why did he have two of the late night hosts fired?
Because he's a man of absolute power. He does what he wants.
Because Colbert is gone in May of next year.
That's right.
And he got Kimball this year.
Yeah.
Fallon better watch. Fallon's next, right? He better watch out.
I like Fallon, but yeah, he better watch out.
Yeah, he's next.
Yep. Watch out, Fallon.
With that, I'll land my plane, and you can go ahead and do your thing.
Sounds good. Do you ever catch the Anchor Baby?
Who is that?
American Anchor Baby, Nick.
Oh yeah. I talked to him one time.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't get him now. He got a different phone number.
Yeah, that's true. It's 800. No, it's 900-844-2229, I think.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me check. Rumble.com/American Anchor Baby. 844-900-2229. I totally butchered that. 844-900 baby, BABY.
Okay, I'll try today. Okay, Hake, you have a good weekend.
All right, you too, sir. Appreciate it, man. Take care.
All right, bye.
Bye. I'm going to try to get to all your calls. David in Texas on the line here. David, thank you for calling and holding, sir.
Man, I feel like the bald-headed stepchild on this one.
I know. And you're not even the worst treated.
I'm just kidding. Hey, how are you doing?
Doing well. Thank you, man.
You're doing a great job, buddy.
Appreciate it.
We appreciate you stepping up.
Yeah.
So, in response to the young lady that called on Jesse's show, I know it's not your show, but she was talking about the Warner, the company Warner Enterprises, and their Kenyan being in cahoots with the Kenyan government to hire on all these drivers.
Oh.
And I actually worked for them, and
in the past.
I do now.
Oh.
And,
well, don't tell your company that you work for. Actually, I shouldn't have asked that. All right, go ahead.
It's all good. And so they put out an internal press statement about it. You know, we have tablets in our truck that you get your load information on, and training and whatever that they have. And they put this press release out saying that I guess the Attorney General or somebody, that whoever it was, that had meetings with these Kenyan delegates, and some of these delegates actually visited the facility, but they say that they're not in cahoots with them. And I don't trust anybody.
Right.
So whether they're telling us the truth, I don't know. And I don't know. I'm not sure if it matters.
Okay.
Or not. Although I would disagree with it if that's what they were doing. If they were fast tracking people that don't even belong in the country to getting their driver's licenses, and I can't imagine them doing that.
So there, according to Google AI, which may or may not be true, there are no confirmed reports of Kenyan truckers being recruited by Nebraska, and that Werner Enterprises also explicitly stated they're not involved in any agreements to recruit Kenyan truck drivers. Nebraska Governor Pillen, Pillen, said the state is not doing it. So who knows? There is a MOJ, Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, Memorandum of Understanding about something or other between Nebraska and Kenyan regarding labor mobility and cultural exchange. But it's general, and it doesn't specifically talk about truckers. And so, like you say, I don't trust anybody, but whatever. I don't know. Leave it as an I don't know. Leave it blank.
I'll tell you what's more of a concern in the long run for truck drivers as a whole is there's a company called Aurora, and they've been driverlessly delivering freight up and down interstates for quite some time.
Wow, so they have driverless trucks.
Big rigs.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Well,
fact,
I disclaim all of
saw two.
I neither endorse nor oppose any of these companies. The views expressed on Hake, blah, 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 blah. Interesting, though.
Yeah, I totally disclaim everything I think.
Yeah, everything here may be false. We don't know, but this is what's
absolutely
being
absolutely. Said. But hypothetically, I saw two of these vehicles driving down the interstate last night. So,
wow,
cool. Maybe I didn't see what I saw.
You might have. I seen what I saw, but have you taken drugs in the past? That's what lawyers would say. Thank you, David. I appreciate it, man. I got to run.
Yeah, man. You have a good day.
You as well. Take care. Man, oh, man. Oh, man. We're coming down to the wire. Callers and super chatters. Anthony says, happy Friday, Hake. William the 7th reminded me of an appetizing hadith. American tax dollars still fund to this day. Try and prove this scientific miracle true. Studies funded by the NSF Science Foundation to study the validity of the following hadith. Abu Hurairah, Muhammad said, if a housefly falls in the drink of any one of you, he should dip it in the drink, take it out, for one of its wings has a disease and the other has a cure for the disease. Wow. And he has the source there. An authentic hadith, and yes, Muslims consider this a scientific miracle that Allah revealed through Muhammad. And no, the studies did not prove the revelation congruent with the reality. Very clear, dipping a fly contaminated with E. coli into your drink, then fully dunking it to submerge both wings, then removing the fly does not disinfect the E. coli from the drink through the power of Allah. Yet it's still practiced in Islamic countries as quote-unquote medicine to this day. To this day! Go figure. Eric, 10 Coffees, Feminization of America, U.S., and he shares a YouTube link and an article, Compact Mag article, The Great Feminization. Something worth checking out, no doubt. American culture is gone because society prioritized the feminist agenda of feelings over truth, he says. I'm not going to get to all of your super chats, guys. I simply don't have time. And callers, I cannot get to you. I hope you're able to get onto Anchor, baby. But the Fallen State is coming up soon, guys. I don't even know if I'll be able to finish this coffee from Eric, which I'm stepping all over with my interruptions here, because I have to wrap up. But as society becomes more gynocentric, meaning woman-centered, people become like gynecologists, right? Something like that. They've prioritized the feminist agenda of feelings over truth. Indeed, man. Peace is independent of thought. As a gynocentric people becomes unconscious. Only suffering is independent on thought. As society tries to think its way out of its quote-unquote problems, it creates more confusion. So true, man. Yes, I have time to finish this coffee. Or 10 coffees, actually. A society lost in thought is more emotional. That's a fact, man. Intellectualism is emotional. Think about it. They're easy to control because they are highly suggestible to unconscious conditioning. They lose connection to self and follow the crowd. The toxic culture, they become women, deaf, dumb, and blinded by emotion. Thank you, guys. This has been the Hake Report, the Fallen State, with Jesse Lee Peterson and old, what's his name? Jimmy Dore. Take care, everybody. Peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts. Maybe. Bye.